Abraham Gonzalez, Pablo Alvarado, Miguel Vasquez, Pedro Lopez, Jorge Juarez, Juan Hernandez, Christian Hernandez. Canelo Alveriodz have 31 fights in Mexico, because I don't understand how y'all throw stone and you live in a glass house. The Mexican fan base have no honor. And I'm not saying all of y'all. 99.9% of y'all have no honor. None. He had 31 fights in Mexico, bro. How much fights Canelo Alvarez have right now? 62. So that means half of Canelo Alvarez's fights was in Mexico against bums, against empanada makers, coquito makers, merengue dancers, the cha-cha-cha. 31 of his fights was in Mexico against bums, right? He built up his fan base in Mexico fighting bums, right? And then he came to the United States of America, right? And they started spoon feeding this man because they realized he got a massive fan base, right? And boxing, you know, they don't care about who's good and who's not. They only care about money, right? So they looked at Canelo Alvarez as a payday, dollar sign, right? So they spoon fed him. Matthew Hatton, that was like 15 pounds, 20 pounds lighter than Canelo Alvarez for his first championship fight, which took place at a catch weight. Yes, Canelo Alvarez's first championship fight was at a catch weight, and it gets even better. It was for a vacant belt. It's for a vacant belt against Matthew Hatton. We don't even know who that is. We're familiar with the last name because of Ricky Hatton, but we don't know who Matthew Hatton is. He's known because of his brother who never fought for a belt, and he was never a world champion. And Canelo Alvarez faced off against Matthew Hatton at a catch weight, where Canelo Alvarez ended up missing weight for the vacant belt. A catch weight for a vacant belt, your first championship fight where you ended up missing weight. And it gets even better. Canelo Alvarez kept his belt. Do you know how Canelo Alvarez kept his belt? Payday, you want payday. Payday. His fans laugh and say payday, but that's all Canelo Alvarez is good for. Hey, payday, I know that. So it wasn't Canelo Alvarez's hard work, and it wasn't his talent that got him where he was at. Because I need y'all to understand, if Canelo Alvarez was fighting in the United States of America, and he built his career in the United States of America, he would have more than one losses. And you know, losses on your resume doesn't look that good. It's not that attractive in the eyes of American fans. So he got the luxury of building up his career in Mexico, fighting 31 bums. And then they fed him legends like Shea Mosley, old ass Shea Mosley. Because look at who Canelo Alvarez faced off against after he faced off against Matthew Hatton at a catch weight for a vacant belt where he ended up missing weight. Ryan Rhodes, Alfonso Gomez, Kermit Cintron. Who the F are these guys? We don't know who are these guys. We don't know them. We never heard of these guys in our life. Never heard of them. So you telling me you miss weight on scale against Matthew Hatton for a vacant belt at a catch weight, and you face off against 3 bums to get to fight a legend like Shea Mosley? Spoon-fed ass nigga. Spoon-fed. Y'all king was spoon-fed. Y'all remember when Bud tried to face off against Manny Pacquiao? That was when Bud already became undisputed at 140 pounds. And he was already a champion at 147 pounds. So he was a 2-weight division champion, undisputed at 140. And they told that nigga, no, you can't fight Manny Pacquiao. But this bum-ass nigga was a 1-division champion and won his first belt at a catch weight, a vacant belt at a catch weight. He ended up missing weight. But he got to fight Shea Mosley? Spoon-fed. He was spoon-fed. The Mexican juice of ginger, he was spoon-fed. He was spoon-fed, nigga. He was spoon-fed. Mexican juice of ginger, he was spoon-fed. Look at this, bro. An old-ass Shane Mosley, old enough to be your father. You was 21 years young, and this man was 40 years old. And you was heavier than this thing. You was bigger than Shea Mosley. And the Mexican juiced up ginger went 12 rounds with Shea Mosley in a competitive fight. Oh my God. You went 12 rounds with Grandpa Mosley. You didn't even stop him. You didn't even stop Grandpa Mosley. And this is who y'all call a legend. Come on, man. It doesn't add up. It does not add up. And then you beat bum-ass Josecito Lopez. The biggest highlight of his career is when he had Keith Thurman running from a body shot. Right? And who didn't have Keith Thurman running from a body shot? Mario Barrios knows something about that. And then you beat Austin Trout. I'm not going to lie. That was a good win. Even though I believe the black media hyped up Austin Trout. Laura kicked his ass. But we're going to get to what made Canelo Alveriodz famous. When you got your ass whooped by Floyd Narcissist Mayweather. Floyd Narcissist Mayweather was 36 years of age. And you was 23 years young. You had a 15-pound advantage over this man. You got your ass whooped for 12 straight rounds. We gonna call you John Cena. 12 straight rounds. 12, bro. 12. You even win not one round. And they call this nigga a legend, gang. How is that even possible, bro? 12 is crazy, bro. We think you the police now, nigga. Because when we think about Canelo Alvarez, we think about 12, brother, man. 12. And this is why I said what I said in the early parts of the video. That he faced off against a bunch of bum-ass Mexicans. So the media try to build him up, right? And try to make it look like he's this experienced fighter that fought 41 something. No! You've beaten a bunch of taco stand Mexicans and a bunch of merengue dancers and a bunch of empanada makers. That does not make you experience. You beating Grandpa Mosley, MC level fighter Austin Trout does not make you experience. So when you face off against Floyd Mayweather, no matter how old he wasn't as banged up like Shea Mosley. Floyd didn't have as much war as Shea Mosley. Floyd whooped that ass for 12 straight rounds. And this is how spoon-fed this man is. And this is how corrupted this man is. There was a judge out there in this world that thought that it was a draw. That had it like 116 to 116. How, brother? This is what I be trying to tell y'all. So just imagine them 31 fighter that he beat in Mexico. He probably didn't even beat 31 of them. If they wanted to do that to Floyd Mayweather, that's the biggest star in boxing at the time. Imagine what they did with them 31 Mexicans that was working at the taco stand. Just imagine what they did to them niggas. Just imagine how many losses this bum-ass nigga probably really have on his resume. Just imagine. Because we can't go back and watch them fights that he was fighting in Mexico. Them shits is not on YouTube. So how is this man a legend? Somebody tell me how he's a legend. And then this cheating ginger again, right? Faced off against Alfredo Anguilla that got knocked out by Ellison Lani-Rora. Look, I'm not lying. Got knocked out TKO, Ellison Lani-Rora. Knocked out by Ellison Lani-Rora, right? And guess what? The cheating ginger Mexican ended up missing weight again. Oh shit, how many times you gonna miss weight? And guess what he had to do because he missed weight? PT.1, yeah. This is a nigga that y'all call a legend, gang. That's not even disciplined enough to make weight. That facing off against niggas that just got knocked the fuck out. This is a nigga that we calling a legend though, bro. How many times Canelo Alvarez is gonna have to miss weight to give a PT? He keep giving PTs for missing weight, like just to miss weight so he can have the advantage to beat niggas' ass. How many times Canelo Alvarez is gonna keep giving out PTs for missing weight? This is a legend though, gang. I be trying to tell y'all, do not listen to them because they said do not listen to them. Do y'all research. This nigga is not no legend. And then he faced off against Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto was 35 and Canelo Alvarez was 25, and Miguel Cotto got knocked out by Manny Pacquiao. Miguel Cotto got beat with a brick by Antonio Margarito. Remember that? He got beat with a brick by Antonio Margarito. So Miguel Cotto was not the same. Miguel Cotto was old, but guess what? It was at a catch weight. Canelo Alvarez faced off against Miguel Cotto at a catch weight, and guess what? It was for a vacant belt. It was for a vacant belt. It was for a vacant belt. Another vacant belt. That was another vacant belt. Another vacant belt. 25. He's 25. And 35. He's 35. 20, 10 years. 10 years, man. 10 years. Smaller. Coquito. Smaller, Pequito. Smaller, Miguel. Smaller Miguel. Saul, bigger. Bum ass nigga. Another old legend at a catchweight for a vacant belt. Bum ass nigga. Bum, gang. Bum. This is not legendary shit. This ain't legendary shit. And then what happened? It was a very competitive fight. It was a competitive fight. It was so competitive. Shouldn't be that competitive at all, but it was so competitive. It was competitive. It was a mucho grande, right? Bum ass nigga. Come on, bro. Like they lying to y'all, gang. They lying. This nigga is not no legend. Just remember he won that belt at a catchweight. A vacant belt at a catchweight against a smaller Miguel Cotto. And then he defended that same vacant belt against Amir Khan at a catchweight. So you're making up your own weight, right? And then you're defending that belt at the weight class that you made up. Come on, bro. The gist of this video is to let y'all know, right? And this is part 1. We're going to talk about the Bivals, the Laura, the Triple G's. We're going to talk about them later on. But this is just part 1. The gist of this video is to let y'all know that this man is not allowed in the same theater, in the same car as none of our great fighters, much less us taking a back seat to him. He's not, gang. His career consists of shortcuts, of rehydration clause that I'm going to get into in part 2. Catch weights, vacant belts. That's what his career consists of. It's not about his talent. He's a dollar sign. That's all he is. He's a dollar sign. And once you're a dollar sign in the sport of boxing, you're going to get whatever you want. You could cheat. You could have catchweight fights. You could have rehydration clause. It doesn't matter. You could do whatever you want because boxing is not an honorable sport. It's all about a dollar. And I'm going to get into that part 2. But this is part 1. The tale of the juiced up, ginger, overrated, spoon-fed Mexican. I'm out.